All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is going to be a video on how reality is going to come knocking on everyone's door, man, right? And the thing that's making me do this lesson is that I just saw a video of one of these YouTube influencer people, right? Sneeko, sparring with a former middleweight UFC champion, right? And the former middleweight UFC champion, as you would expect, just toyed with him and played around with him, right? And just beat him up all over the place, right? And took advantage of the power that he has over him, right? Now, some people would get emotional and be like, oh, nah, he shouldn't have did him like that, right? But in a situation where that guy had the ability to try and use his YouTube influencer spirit against that Sean Strickland guy, he wouldn't have had no problem doing that, right? And he's known for not having a problem abusing the power that he has over people, right? He's known for not caring when he does that to other people, man. He's known for doing that kind of thing, right? Which some of the stuff that he does against some of these proud women, especially these proud women in America, is a good thing for them to be humbled, right? But he got humbled too, man, and I can tell that he's never been hit that hard in his life before, man. And when all hell breaks loose, man, there's going to be a lot of people that they've got one reality of the world that they're going to see a completely different side of things, man, because what they've been trusting in their spirit is going to be contested with what somebody else trusted in their spirit, man. Jeremiah chapter 9 and verse 23 does say, if Yahweh, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might, let not the rich man glory in his riches. And when all hell breaks loose, right, really a man's wisdom don't really mean that much anymore. A man's worldly wisdom, it can be used as a defense against certain scenarios, right? But it don't mean nowhere near as much anymore, considering people are going to be using a lot more violence in that time. So if your wisdom isn't a thing that's going to allow you to escape violence, well, then it's not really going to matter, right? Neither let the mighty man glory in his might. A man's might matters to a certain degree in a time when all hell breaks loose. Now, that's still not the be all and end all. Faith in the Lord is. Neither let the rich man glory in his riches. A man's money in his bank account don't mean nothing when all hell breaks loose neither, right? Because then in times like that, people generally tend to steal things rather than purchasing them or trading money for these things, right? Verse 24, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am Yahweh which exercise loving kindness, judgment and righteousness in the earth, for indeed shall I delight. So if Yahweh now, that Sneeko guy, he don't believe in Yahweh. He's tried to follow the God of Islam and really didn't follow it because he genuinely wanted to. He followed it because Andrew Tate did it. That's the reason why he did it. He followed it because somebody that he respects did it as well, right? And he tries to insult the Bible, in fact, and tries to go into how the Bible's been changed. There's so many versions and all of these things. Tries to say that the Bible ain't a real book because Christians don't beat people up when they say bad things about the Bible. These are the kind of things that he says out of his mouth, man, right? But in that moment when he was getting punched all over the place, he couldn't do nothing but curl up into a ball, man. And people are praising him, saying, oh, blah, 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 he didn't fall and all that. Mate, it wouldn't have mattered whether he fall or didn't fall. In that moment, he couldn't do nothing, man. And then even the guy that was doing all of that to him, if that guy isn't an Israelite and isn't of the elect, him being stronger than able to beat people up ain't gonna matter, because for how strong he was or for how tough he is, right, he still couldn't drop a person that's a non-fighter. He couldn't drop a person that's a non-fighter, right, when he was really trying to knock him out, man. Anyone that knows a little bit about fighting would, if they see that footage, and all you have to do to find the video is go on the internet and type in Sneeko versus Sean Strickland, and you'll find what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna put it in this video. I did put it on as a community post for anyone that wants to see it, but anyone that knows a little something about fighting would know that he was actually trying to knock him out when he was hitting him with uppercuts from the side. He was at a 90-degree angle on off his shoulder, right? And he was hitting him with left uppercuts, right? And anyone that ever starts throwing that punch in sparring when someone's kind of got their back slightly turned, that's a person that's trying to knock the person out, man. Not knock them down, knock them out. But he still couldn't do it. He still couldn't do it, man. And he actually lost his last fight. When he went to defend his title recently, he actually lost that fight, to be honest with you. He actually lost that fight, and if I'm not mistaken, he's not really genuinely known for getting that many knockouts anyway. I don't believe he knocked out Israel Adesanya when he fought him. I don't believe so. I think he won on points, but that's not really that relevant to this lesson anyway. Not really. Let me go to some more scripts, man, because reality is coming for all of you people on the earth that you trust in certain things, man, because that sneaker guy will trust that he's popular, right? And he'll be still thinking, well, as long as I get some views off of this ass whooping that I just received, well, then it was all positive at the end of the day, right? But he was demoralized in that moment, man. But he's gonna be even more demoralized when he realizes that there ain't no internet. When all hell breaks loose, there ain't gonna be no internet access to post up what things are going on, because if people could, they'd record the apocalypse. They'd record the apocalypse and flipping try and post it to their fans, man, or to their followers, and it. Don't forget to hit the like button. As they'd do that. They'd want to catch the footage of the fall of the king that they were leaving, if they thought that they could get some followers in the and some fans for the coming of the new kingdom that comes after it, man. They'd try and do that. Let me get this. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such have afflicted him. In fact, let me go ahead. Let me go back a bit. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 17. For they shall see the end of the wise. And that's the wise according to the scriptures. Not the wise according to what this world says is wise. Where as long as anything that you're doing makes you money, then it doesn't matter. As long as what you're doing makes you feel good, then it don't matter, man. And that's why you've got bugged out Israelite women of all the tribe, man. I'm sure brothers have seen that video of that Latina 18-year-old, or all the madness that she was saying, right? But then skip 3 years later in her life, if she was to last that long, right? And she'd be complaining about that stuff, crying, expecting sympathy. But look at how bugged out she was talking, with a septum nose ring in her nose, when she's 18 years old. When she's 18, man. Look at how she was talking about she wants to be with 100 different men. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 17. For they shall see the end of the wise, and shall not understand what Yahweh and his council have decreed of him, and to what end Yahweh have set him in safety. And you know that guy Sneeko has heard of the Hebrew Israelites. You know he has, because that guy's life is based around the internet. His career, his money is based around the internet. So how often he would be on the internet? You think he wouldn't have came across any videos of the Hebrew Israelites before? You think he wouldn't have came across that? He definitely came across that, man. All of these influencer people have definitely came across the Hebrew Israelites before. But it's like a boogeyman that they don't want to talk about, because they know that, no, despite all them talking about the J-Wish people and all that stuff, right? That's the one thing that they can never talk about for real. Especially in a way where it sounds like they're agreeing with it, man. Because then they're really going, they're all that money stuff that they're trying to get on that social media stuff is really gonna go. I don't care what none of them say. They know that that's the one thing that you better not talk about, man. They don't even mind talking about the J-Wish people no more. But they ain't trying to talk about the Hebrew Israelites, especially in a positive way. They may talk about it in a negative way somewhat, but they definitely ain't going to talk about it in a positive way, man. No chance. Because they already know what time it is. And to what end Yahweh have set him in safety? Let me read that verse again. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 17. For they shall see the end of the wise, and shall not understand what Yahweh and his council have decreed of him. And to what end Yahweh have set him in safety? They shall see him and despise him, but Yahweh shall laugh them to scorn, and they shall hereafter be a vile carcass and a reproach among the dead forevermore. Because when the elect start getting praise in this world, or start being in a better situation than these other people, they're gonna want to try and do something, man. These people in the world, but they ain't gonna be able to do nothing. They're just gonna be able to stand there and look with a stupid look on their face, man. They ain't gonna be able to do nothing, man. They ain't gonna be able to harm no one. They ain't gonna be able to touch no one. They ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it. And they shall hereafter be a vile carcass and a reproach among the dead forevermore. For he shall rend them and cast them down headlong, that they shall be speechless, and he shall shake them from their foundation, and they shall be utterly laid waste, and be in sorrow, and their memorial shall perish. And when they cast up their accounts of their sins, they shall come with fear, and their own iniquity shall convince them to their face. So a guy like that Sneeko guy, right? When he realizes that the prophecies in the Bible are actually real, he's going to remember all the times that he was talking smack. And I'm just mentioning him because he's one example. There's many people that would follow what he believes, also that would be talking smack, man. And there'll be the people that he looks up to, that they're also talking smack about the scriptures, man. But when all hell breaks loose, their realities are going to be crushed, man. Because people will say about that sparring session, oh, yeah, but he weighs 50 pounds more than him. He'd get us the same ass whooping from amateurs, teenagers, man. There's amateur teenagers in boxing gyms right now that weigh less than him, that would do the same thing to him, man. If not, in some cases, worse, man. Because they really want to prove that they can beat up this guy that's older than them and that thinks that he's something in this world, man. They might do him worse than what that guy did, to be honest with you. They might, because they'll be faster, hitting him with even more punches, man. I've got even more speed on there. And they'll really feel the need to have a point to prove. They wouldn't have gave him, like what that guy gave him in the sparring session, 2 minutes free to where he can throw out and get off his shots. They'll just start the spar how Strickland ended the spar. And their own iniquity shall convince them to their face. So they're going to remember all the things that they did, man. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Now, in order to keep this lesson more short, I'm going to jump down to a few scriptures in this. I'm going to read a few. Verse 4. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor, because people laugh at the Hebrew Israelites, man. Guys like that, when they see the Hebrew Israelite videos on the internet, they'll laugh. Right? They won't acknowledge that stuff as being anything truthful, man. Guys like that, them iShow speeds and all of these kind of people that be shaking and just like doing madness on the screen and all that. Right? They won't think there's anything right about the Bible because they're getting money, man. They're getting a lot of money. And if they was to see any person that believes in the Lord, the first thing they're going to be wanting to know is, okay, you say you believe in the Lord, but what's your pockets saying though? What's your net worth though? Because I'm getting to interview celebrities and all of these things. I've got millions. I just got 100 million contract. I just got this. I just got that. I've got a contract here, a contract there. I can go wherever I want for holidays and all of this. That's what they're going to be thinking about. They ain't going to think about the righteousness of the Lord. Verse 5, how is he numbered among the children of Yahweh and his lot among the saints? Because they thought godly men were the people that they believe godly men were. Oh, godly men can't ever swear. A godly man can never swear. A godly man can never say nothing bad about women. These are the kind of ways that people in the world think. I'm not going to even say that that's how a guy like that would think, but these are the kind of ways how people in the world think, right? Godly men would never wish death upon a wicked society. They would never say that. Godly men would never wish the extermination of a whole race, even though that's what it says in the Bible. But these people don't believe that. Verse 8, what have pride profited us? Or what good have riches without vaunting brought us? So what's good has your riches and your pride brought you, man? What good is that? All those things are passed away like a shadow and as a post that hasted by. Now let me jump down to this. Verse 13, even so we in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end and had no sign of virtue to show. So when they look at all the things that they've did in their life, they ain't going to be able to see that they did anything righteous. They were scoffing the whole time. They were talking smack, man. And they're going to know that that's what they was doing with their life, man. They're going to know that in a time where people was learning about the Lord and their ability to learn about the Lord was there, that they was just scoffing, getting to the bag, doing all the things that they was doing, enjoying this world, man. Dwelling in it, enjoying it, meeting up with celebrities and all kind of stuff, man. Going out to the events. These kind of influencer type people, man, they're going to get judged too, man. And this lesson is really a rebuke on that kind of people, man. Because those people are proud. Those people are very proud, man. They're very proud when they on their live streams and all that, and they go around through these cities and they just say and do whatever they want to say and do. Really. Just running around talking, man. And they think that their phone is a barrier between them and getting their ass whooped, man. But it ain't gonna matter how many phones and how much you want to record when all hell breaks loose in the day of Yahweh's wrath there. The judgment's coming. And it ain't gonna matter what you want to record. No one ain't gonna care about you recording and none of that. They ain't gonna care. They ain't gonna care about your follow account or about how much money you've got, man. In that sparring session, how much money he's probably got more money than Sean Strickland. I would not be surprised at all. His net so-called net worth and all that is probably substantially higher than Sean Strickland's net worth. But when in that sparring session, his net worth did not matter when he was getting his head lifted to the heavens, man. When he was getting his nose punched open, man. That didn't matter at that point. And it's not, that kind of stuff's not going to matter when all hell breaks loose, man. When all hell breaks loose, that kind of stuff is not going to matter for none of these people, man. But I'm going to end the lesson there, man. Because a lot of reality is going to come to a lot of people, man. Proud men, proud women, the proud in general. I'm going to end the lesson there. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. Shalom.